Hey guys, well, here we go. Now, this is going to be fun. We're about to witness this protest stuff, the boycotting of Ann Coulter and Milo Yiannopoulos. We're about to witness this shift from college campuses into an internet war. Now, I'm guilty of trolling both sides, basically. I don't really post a whole lot, but what I've posted has asked very pointed, very intentional questions to troll. Now, what were they? Well, simply put, they're questions that were intended to incite the left. These antifa, anti-fascist bullshit con artists is basically what they are. But now we're seeing it shift from the college campuses where they are trying to invite a conservative speaker into a political arena that is something they're not going to be used to. They're going to try to take on 4chan as a whole community. And I got news for you. 4chan's been around since the birth of the internet. And there are a lot of guys there that are my age and older when 4chan started out as just an information board about video games, about political life, about diversity and culture. These guys were the original culture diversification framers. But you guys don't want to see this. You guys over on Reddit, you're about to start a war with these guys. Reddit's going to lose. You got to understand, on certain boards on 4chan, they still talk about how to execute DOS attacks. Okay, now if you're not familiar with the DOS attack, it's a denial of service attack. Now, understand something. Their hackers are really good. How do you think Shia LaBeouf found out that he could get trolled so hard that his "He Will Not Divide Us" wall was trolled? I mean, but everybody, that the wall with the live stream camera, that was the worst kept secret out there. The flag was pretty good when they found that in Tennessee. I thought, man, okay. And these guys did incredibly complex calculations of stars, constellations, of time zones, when the sun exactly when the sun set, exactly when the sun rose, where the constellations were, how were they going through the frame. Was the camera facing north, south, east, west? Was it on an angular to any of those positions on the compass? They did all this. They caught jetliners flying over. Once they had all that narrowed down, all they had to do was wait for the next two jets to fly by, and when they would cross, calculated it through various FAA public maps, which you can get. And you can watch the jets fly in live time on specific internet maps. And that's what I thought was brilliant about it, because they found it. They captured it, And what they run up in its place? Oh, the "He will not divide us" flag came down, and the "Make America Great Again" and a Pepe shirt went up in its place. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I don't condone trespassing, okay? But you gotta admit, the guys that did that made it funny. I don't agree with, and this was confirmed, they did set fire, whether it be accidentally or intentionally. They did set a fire and did cause some arson damage, and that I'm completely against. But now over on Reddit, they're complaining about 4chan and their neckbeards, for lack of a better term. Antifa, you got to wake up. You can't be sitting there calling these guys names. You're going to piss them off. And then you're going to figure out that these guys are not what you think they are. They're not guys sitting in their mother's basement. What are they? They're a bunch of guys with more computer skill than I do, and they're talking about a DOS attack on Berkeley. Now, what happens if Berkeley servers go down? Now, it's only been a random mention in just a few of the hacking logs. It's not a major topic yet. But keep it up over on Reddit. It can be. Because these guys are not just in the U.S. And that's your that's your first mistake in this assumption. 4chan is read by just about every country in the world. Would you really want would you want 10 or 12,000 individuals performing a DOS attack from France? Would you want 10 or 12,000 from Germany? Would you want 10 or 12,000 from the US, Mexico, France, Canada, international companies where the US legal system doesn't have any reach, doesn't have any real authority? Even if you were to identify any of the 4chan users, good luck with that. Most of them use various programs to block their IPs. Their real IPs, they use masks, and they use other things on the internet. These guys are the inventors of GoSurf and other masking programs. But Berkeley is about to find itself in a very, very large, very, very bad shitstorm because of Antifa. Berkeley is long held to be the center of free speech. Now, we already saw at Kent State what happens when the federal government sends in forces to ensure free speech. Haven't we? Kent State, any Antifa idiot, Kent State, mean anything to you? Sure, drop an M80. If Donald Trump does use the National Guard and calls them up, California, and tells them to ensure law and order if the police will not. You want a police state? There you are. That's the start of it. And even I'm against that. I'm a conservative. But you sit there and you block speakers, you block pro-Trump rallies, you block free speech. Why? Milo Yiannopoulos is not promoting hate speech. He says some very unpopular things with the very young generation. But he's not anti-free speech. Now, taking on local supporters of Donald Trump's one thing, taking on the entire internet or a very, very large, skilled portion of the internet through 4chan, you're going to find your lives very, very informationally blocked. That's when Twitter accounts and Reddit's and other accounts get hacked. That's when you put yourself on the chopping block, especially if you've been a protester and your face is out there. And believe me, you're not always covered. Somewhere there is an image of you on the internet that you cannot hide. Somewhere there is an image that will be matched with your masked face. And some of these guys have access to some of that technology. Don't think it's out there. It's out there. It's called facial recognition. And even with the mask, all it needs is 6 points. Well, 6 points are your eyes. I hate to tell you, 2 here, 2 here, there's 4, and your eyebrows make 6. So go ahead, protest, be violent, be stupid. Okay? I'm not trying to tell you can't protest. You can't be violent in your protest. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But either way it goes, neither here nor there. If Reddit and 4chan want to go to war, I might give 55, maybe 60 to 1. Reddit wins that war. But trust me, Reddit will go down through a denial of service before 4chan does. Let's look at where the hackers are. They're on 4chan. They're not. They are nowhere near Reddit. They go troll, the hackers go troll them, go troll Reddit, and they've got accounts on Reddit. But trust me, they will deny service to Reddit. So go ahead, start that war. See if I really care. I mean, I'm going to laugh when it happens. I'll laugh when Reddit goes to its Twitter account saying we're in a denial of service attack. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a repentant conservative. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.